The name that I had was Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqy, and if you're new to this channel, karibu. Thank you so much guys for 1,000 subscribers. I do not take it for granted. And today, as per the title, I'm going to be introducing you to my son, my second born baby, who is now 4 months old as you're watching this. And I'm also going to be sharing his name and how his name came to be. Okay, so stay right until the end of the video, and you're going to see his face and see the growth. If you've been here since the time that I gave birth early, then you know the journey that I have been on. So I thank God for this far. Yeah. When I was 3 weeks pregnant, we hadn't yet come up with a name for our baby. We were 7 weeks early, so we knew by the end of the time I'm giving birth, I'll have a name for him. So we wanted our children to have to start with a name that starts with A, and for us we had Atalia, so we wanted a name that starts with A. So we looked for names everywhere. Like, I did not get a name that was really nice, but anyway, when I had Atalia, my husband came up with a name that was Jovali. It started with a J, so we were supposed to name her. If it was a boy, we were supposed to name him Jovali, but then since it was a girl, we changed the name to Janelle. And then one day when I went to church, I had someone else called Janelle, so we had to change the name completely, and I looked for another name that started with A. So that's how the name Atalia came to be. And the name Atalia came from the name Natalia, so we removed the N and it became Atalia. So fast forward, now I'm pregnant with my boy, and we're looking for names that start with A. I did not find any good name that I really loved, and I really prayed and told God, I really don't want to use the name Jovali, because this pregnancy was really tough for me, and I felt like as much as the name Jovali means jovial, it was not a jovial time for me. I want it to be a name that resonates with how my journey has been, honestly. So when we went to the hospital, and I did not have a name, and I asked my husband, what are we going to do? No, he told me we're just going to call him Jovali because we haven't found any other name. So anyway, fast forward, the time I had gone for the CS and everything else. I told you guys in the video that I told you that the baby came early. I talked to one of those guys there, and I asked him if he has given his life to Christ. And also, maybe you can comment down and tell me if you are saved, and if you are saved, how did you get saved? So for him, I asked him if he's saved. He told me no, that being saved is so complicated that you need to go there in like Apombele kwa church and like talk to people and all that. So I told him being saved is having a relationship with God, accepting Jesus as your personal savior, and leading a righteous life and living like a Christian. A Christian is someone who lives like Christ. So anyway, fast forward, after I was done with the operation, I was taken to the recovery room, and I was just there alone, and all the other, like the doctors and the surgeons, all of them, they had already left. So I was just recovering, and now I'm waiting for the pain to go away and all that. So I was just lying down, and I remember even the whole time I was being done the CS, I was awake the whole time. I didn't even sleep. And I was listening to these songs by Israel Mbonyi, the one that is called Nitaamini and Kaanami, and another Kikuyu song that I had also shared on the video that I did. So anyway, so after as I was there on the bed, I was just laying down like this, and I just heard a voice, a very precise voice that just said the name of my boy. And the name that I had was Aziel. It was so clear, and I just knew that is the name that I've been given for my son. I can't even explain. It was very unexplainable, honestly. Like, I just had a voice, and looking around, there was no one. It was just me. And then that guy that I told you guys, I asked him if he was saved. He was seated somewhere there and writing down, like, I think his reports and everything, and it was quiet, so the name couldn't have come from him. So I just had like a name, a very precise voice that I can't even explain if it was male or female. I don't even know, honestly, but it was I just had a voice, Aziel. And it's so funny because I even know how it was said. I even knew how it is supposed to be written. So what I did is, immediately I had that name, I was so shocked. So I called him. let's name him X. I called him X. X, kuja. I was so shocked. And then I told him, kuna simu yako hapo? Okay, he said yes. So I told him, take my number. I gave him my number and I told him, text me on WhatsApp and send me. So I told him to write the name. Let me show you his name, okay? So I made this placard from Thread and Flex by Jacqy. So this is how it looks, and this is his name. So his name was Aziel Michael, and he was born on 2nd February 2025. So yeah, so I told him to text me on WhatsApp, Aziel Michael, and then I wrote the time, and then I told him, please go and check on Google, what does the name Aziel mean? So he went to check the name Aziel on Google, and it meant God is my strength. So he showed me and I was so shocked. I was like, Yani God, you've given me a name, and the name resonates with all I need from you is your strength. And it just felt like it was the right name. And it was so funny because even when I heard the name, I didn't even hear this name anywhere else. The name that I had heard before was Aziel, which starts with a H. So anyway, so I told him, please send me even the meaning of the name, and then send me on WhatsApp. So he sent me this name, because I knew that when I sleep, because that time I was really sleepy, I knew that when I sleep I'm going to forget the name. I was so scared. Like anyway, so I told him to write for me the name, and he wrote for me. And then after that's when I asked him, can I see my husband? I really want to see my husband. So I was told that I can't see him right now. I need to rest a bit, because like they need to check that everything is okay with me. So anyways, since I knew that I had already sent me the name on WhatsApp and the meaning of the name and everything, I just slept. And after 30 minutes my husband came. So I called him and I told him, hey babe, I've gotten a name. And he was like, a name? Where have you gotten the name? Did you find the name before we know? I told him no. So the name has come to me, and I told him the story of how the name came, and he was like, wow. And for me, it was a very supernatural thing for me, because this was the first time I'm hearing God's voice. There are many times that I usually hear, like in my thoughts, I get like thoughts of quotes, thoughts of something I'm supposed to share with people, but never really a voice, and a very distinct voice. And like I knew deep down, it's like, and then someone I had seen doing videos of how when God talks to you, you just know. So that was it for me. And I just had his name, and I told my husband, and he was like, he really loved the name, and we continued with the name. So the reason why we called him Aziel Michael is because Michael is a name that is so important to the both of us. Michael is my husband's uncle, who has been a great impact in his life, and also Michael is my dad, who is also a great impact in my life. So we just felt like it was the right name for us to call our son. So yeah, that is his name, and we are just so excited for you to meet him. We can't wait for you to meet him. Yeah, so guys, are you ready to meet him? Are you ready? Okay, here he is.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.